So this video is sponsored by Electronic Arts. So what is going on, guys and girls? Welcome to Command & Conquer Rivals. This video, along with many others, are my guide to helping you learn all about the different structures that you can build in the game. Not only that, I will also be showcasing specific units and talking you through everything you need to know about them. If you want to go and watch the other videos I have made, there will be a playlist down in the description to all of my Command & Conquer Rivals videos. And finally, if you do find today's video helpful, why don't you consider clicking the subscribe button. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the more advanced units you can use for the Nod side, and you get these by building the Temple of Nod. And this is the Nod's version of the tech lab that the GDI has. And once it has been created, you can build a lot of powerful units. Today's video is going to be showcasing the Rockworm, the Cyborg, and the Flame Tank. Now, if you're playing Command & Conquer Rivals for the first time, you'll notice you can only play as the GDI, and that is because you will unlock the Nod at level 9. And the good news is you're going to unlock the Rockworm, the Flame Tank, and the Cyborg all at level 9. So as soon as you unlock the ability to play as the Nod, you're going to be able to use all three of these units. So the first unit we are going to take a look at in today's video is the Rockworm, which costs 120 Tiberium. Now, the Rockworm is probably the slowest unit I have seen in Command & Conquer Rivals, but it does have a benefit of this, which I will get into very shortly. The Rockworm also has a lot of health, so it's going to take a long time to be destroyed, regardless of what's trying to take it out. And also, the damage that it does produce as well is very significant. It can attack ground units and the enemy base, but it is going to be most effective against enemy vehicles, so keep that in mind when you are choosing who to attack. Now, like I did mention, it is a very slow unit, so it's going to take a long time to get to your objective or your goal of where you want the unit to be, so make sure you plan ahead so that it's not too late. But the benefit of while it's traveling is it's actually going to travel underground, so it's not going to be able to be attacked because it's under the map, but at the same time, you're not going to be able to attack anyone as well. Now, to show the location of where your Rockworm is to you and your enemy, there will be a dirt trail on the ground, so everybody on the map is going to know exactly where your unit is. But keep in mind, it's not going to be able to attack until it's above ground. And it also cannot neutralize or capture a control point while it's underground. Now, one of the cool things that the Rockworm does have is it's actually going to do an area of effect damage once on burrowing. This means that if there are any enemy ground units or even your own unit surrounding where the Rockworm is going to appear, it's going to deal damage to them as soon as it comes out from underground. After that, it's going to start attacking them, and like I said, it's going to deal massive damage to enemy vehicles. The downside, of course, to this unit is it cannot attack enemy aircrafts, so if there are any anti-vehicle aircraft units, they're going to be able to do a lot of damage to this Rockworm, but keep in mind, it does have a lot of health, so even then, it's going to take a little bit of time before it's destroyed. Moving over to our second unit of today's video, and one of my personal favorites, we have the Cyborg, which costs 130 Tiberium. Now, the reason the Cyborg is one of my personal favorites is it can attack every unit in the game, but it's going to be more effective against vehicles and aircrafts. So make sure you keep an eye out if there's any anti-infantry units around, because they're going to take it out pretty quickly. Straight away, one benefit of the Cyborg is it can reveal stealth units, so if there's any units that do have the stealth ability, the Cyborg will be able to reveal them and then start attacking them. Also, when it does attack an enemy vehicle or aircraft unit, it's actually going to slow down their attack speed and movement speed by 15% for 5 seconds, and 5 seconds in a game like Command & Conquer Rivals is quite a long time, so it's going to be very, very effective at winning those battles. Now, the downsides to the Cyborg is, first of all, it costs 130 Tiberium, so it is one of the most expensive units that you can get from the Temple of Nod, so already you're going to have to use a lot of Tiberium to be able to purchase this unit. Another downside to the Cyborg is your attack is actually created up by 2 separate units, and once your health reaches halfway, you're going to lose one of those units, and as soon as that happens, your damage is also going to be reduced because you're going to have only 1 unit attacking rather than 2. So you're going to want to try and keep both units alive as long as possible so you can keep the damage as high as possible. One final tip which I do recommend is using the Cyborg and Confessor together, because if you did not know, the Confessor, when attacking enemy infantry, will actually increase the attack speed of your infantry by 30%. And as the Cyborg is an infantry unit, it is going to benefit from this 30% attack speed, making it even more powerful and being able to take out more enemy units. And moving over to our final unit in today's video, we have the Flame Tank, which costs 130 Tiberium. And this unit is a tank. It absolutely demolishes infantry units, and better than that, it demolishes the enemy base. Now, the most unique thing about the Flame Tank is it actually attacks 4 tiles at the same time. Now, if you take a look on screen, you can see exactly how the Flame Tank attacks. It attacks in like a cone shape ahead of him, so you can actually attack 4 tiles, so it's great for taking out multiple units on the control points. Now, as you probably know, flamed units are very effective against infantry, so not only is it going to be able to attack 4 tiles in a row, it's also going to destroy them if they're infantry units. But even better than that, if you can get the Flame Tank over to the enemy base, look how much damage this does to the enemy base. It absolutely destroys it. You only need a few seconds with the Flame Tank on the enemy base, and you've already took the health down by half, which means you only need to then fire 1 missile to be able to win the game. Some major drawbacks of the Flame Tank though is it does also cost 130 Tiberium, so it's very pricey, but also it's not very effective against vehicles, and it cannot attack aircrafts at all. So any anti-vehicle aircrafts are going to be able to take out the Flame Tank pretty quickly. But if you can have many units around the Flame Tank supporting it, and you can get this to the enemy base, or to a control point that's full of infantry, it's not going to have a problem clearing them up. It's only going to take a second, and it's going to change the game completely. So there you go, guys. Those are the units that I'm going to be showcasing in today's video. Let me know what you think about these 3 units in the comment section below.